Welcome to the Critical Cinema Club. I'm Colm.
I'm Sean. So what's a guilty pleasure you've got, Colin?
One of the ones I've got, to dive into a franchise that we never talk about, is Star Trek V, the Final Frontier.
You really piss me off.
Wow, Star Trek.
We never talk about Star Trek.
Yeah, have I even watched Star Trek before?
Now, don't get me wrong, Star Trek V is an awful film. It's a bad film, and it's not a bad film because it was made badly by William Shatner. I think the story in that film is not great. It's based on the televangelist type of, cult leaders. And there was an interesting thing in there where you got the Cybok character who's kind of creating his own
Who they wanted Sean Connery to play that, didn't they?
Yeah, but he turned it down to go to play Henry Jones in Indiana Jones. In Last Crusade. Good move.
Yeah, that's a film I'd be interested to have seen, though.
Yeah, that
Sean Connery. And it's not logical. Fascinating.
That was something out of Austin Powers.
Was it yours then?
Fascinating.
Which is a stupid name, by the way. Cybok.
Cybok. It sounds a bit like Spock, but he's a side Spock.
I just don't like it. Cybok's a silly name.
It is. Anyway,
But what I do like about the film, I know we've discussed it before, is it's got the best character moments between the three main casts.
Yeah, it's where your trifecta of Kirk, Spock and McCoy really plays out well.
That relationship is at its best in this terrible film.
Well, I think there's a good film under all these crap layers. Studio interference can either be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what they're interfering with. Studio interference on Star Trek V was they slashed the budget. ILM couldn't do the special effects because they were doing Ghostbusters 2 and Last Crusade, so they got this effects company in that hadn't done special effects at this level before, and it really shows how bad this film is. With the special effects were awful.
But special effects aside, all the other Star Trek films, I can remember beat for beat what kind of happens, but in this one, I remember, I think they get imprisoned on their own shit, and I remember, why does God need a starship?
What does God need with a starship?
That's the best line in any film.
But aside from those, I can't really remember anything else that happens in the film because it wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't that good, but there was, for me, what I like about it is the trifecta character development.
Yeah, it's good.
And I think there was some really interesting things going on there. I think using the televangelist type of character and building upon that was quite an interesting thing to do in Star Trek. And it was a little bit more of a callback to the original series. The funniest line in it is when they're trying to explain the meaning of the song "Row, Row, Row Your Boat." And they're waiting for Spock to jump in, and Spock just says, "I'm just trying to comprehend the meaning of the words." And McCoy's like, "It's the song, you green-blooded..."
God, I liked him better before he died.
All right. Let's call it.
So they're having bants.
They're having bants, but McCoy always had the best lines. I think McCoy is the standout character. When Cybok does all this like brainwashing and stuff, so he shows you your pain and how you can overcome your pain. But Kirk's like, "No, I don't want to be shown my pain. My pain is part of me," and I actually think that's a really, really strong moment. He doesn't want to have to face his pain because that's what defines him as a person. That's a really good, strong character moment. And then they go through the Great Barrier, which apparently no ship has ever survived. A couple of bumps later, they're there. What does God want with a starship? And that's it. They're all done. They go home, get the tea, go back camping, have some more beans. So the film is a mess because budget was slashed, special effects was gone, and there was a whole sequence at the end where they were supposed to be chased by a rock monster and all this, that, and the other. Got cut.
The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah. Got to lay the smackdown on
If you
on Kirk.
smell.
I would say that for an avid Star Trek fan, it's a must-watch film. We have to watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's a callback to the original series, whether you like it or not. It's one of those films you have to have watched.
So it's definitely like if someone said I've never watched Star Trek before, you would not pick this.
No, you wouldn't pick this one though, because it's a bad start. I wouldn't even pick the motion picture. I suppose motion picture can go down as a guilty pleasure.
You like that one, don't you?
I don't mind it. I think it's... If I was going to start watching Star Trek films, you start with Star Trek 2. 2, 3, 4, 6.
Fire!
They're the ones, they're the
even numbers.
Yeah,
the good
well,
ones.
apart from 3, I think 3's a great film.
It's good.
Could I say Star Trek 3 is a guilty pleasure?
It's not as well thought of, but I think it's still a good film.
I think what it suffers with is that it follows Star Trek 2.
Yeah.
That's why I think Return of the Jedi suffers a little bit, because it follows Empire Strikes Back, who, you know, is not only one of the best sequels, but one of the best films. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think Star Trek 5 is a guilty pleasure of mine. I like it. I'll watch it. I like it damn sight more than I like Insurrection. I don't think Insurrection.
Oh no, I liked Insurrection.
So that could be a guilty pleasure for you. Really.
Maybe. I think it was a good episode made into with a movie budget.
But it already was a good. They
already did it.
It's bled out of 2 different episodes, I think.
Yeah, it's well trodden ground.
Is it Journey's End and the one with when Worf's human brother, played by Paul Savino, who was in The Rocketeer, by the way,
and Goodfellas.
Yeah. When Paul Savino, he's got a missus.
So it's definitely a mix of that, and it's a mix of
Journey's End.
Is that the one where they've got like the Romulan type people who, because they're watching them at
the
base?
Who watches the Watchers is another one. So that's 3 episodes. Really.
So that is definitely a massive influence.
Oh, I forgot about that, and that's probably the biggest influence.
I would have said so. But
yeah, because one of the other ones is the one where you've got the Native American characters on that planet that moved from Earth centuries ago, and the planet that now falls on the Cardassian space, and there is this big argument.
Oh, yeah.
That's when Wesley does his own little insurrection, and Picard's giving him the speech like, we're under orders here, and in Insurrection, Picard does a complete U-turn. He does what Wesley Crusher does. So.
Yeah, because there's a bird in it for him.
Oh, of course, he should have called
Lothario.
Yeah, it's called Star Trek His Erection.
Peace Jews here. Although the only thing about that film I hated is like he starts to get his like libido back or something. He's on the street, just this little dance.
There's a little bit of salsa, doesn't he?
There's a little bit of salsa, and then he like does this weird. And he goes, oh, my neck's got really thin. That looks so unnatural. All that dancing. Peace Jew must have absolutely hated that. But yeah, I suppose that would count as a guilty pleasure.
God damn irresponsible. Playing games with life.